everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you something that will add a bit of spice to your progressions and give a bit more variety to them. Last week we saw how some chords and some scales fit together. So with diatonic chords, that means we take the 7 notes of a major scale, for example, and we just figure out what chords are composed and made up only of those 7 notes. And if that's not clear, please go back to the video, it's explained quite in detail. So, but you know, if you do that for a while, you realize that it's very limited. Only using 7 chords and only using one scale can be a bit limiting to your creativity and can be a bit stale. So what we want to do actually later on is to figure out ways to get out of the scale. So basically all that we learn on how to make everything sound coherent, then we'll get kind of tired of that and see if we can find ways to move out of the scale and out of the chord progression. Those chords that are not made of diatonic notes are called non-diatonic chords, in a very creative way of calling them. So the idea is, if we are using D, C, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, etc., what we don't want is to be stuck with those chords. So there are ways to find and create chords that are outside of the scale, of course with consequences. I mean, if we're using a chord that is non-diatonic, then our scale will have to be modified to agree with that chord. And also sometimes we start with a melody and we like the melody, and when we were in C major and we really like that F sharp, the way it sounds. So we will have to worry about how can we play a chord that will include that F sharp and not sound out of place. So that's the whole concept behind non-diatonic chords. And I think we saw quite a few of them in earlier videos. We saw secondary dominants, I think we saw substitute dominants, diminished 7th chords. I think we had quite a bunch of them. Today I want to show you something that's actually pretty simple, and I think it's available to all guitar players, advanced or beginners. And it's the flat 7th chord. The 7th chord usually it's a B flat, right? If you're in C, it's a B diminished, and it sounds like this. Not very nice. This is easily corrected if we just take the root, which is the B, and we move it down to B flat. The result is a B flat major chord. Of course it sounds good because it's a major chord, nothing else. The problem is that the root now is a B flat, and of course if we are playing C major, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, our B flat will be outside of the scale. That's why it's called a non-diatonic chord. But it sounds really good. It sounds pretty good, and it doesn't sound outside, but it is. So if you still try to fit your C, D, E, F, G, A, B scale on it, if one of your B's coincides with the B flat, it will sound really bad. So first of all, you should be careful to modify your C major scale to include a B flat. Okay, and not a B. This one. And the other idea is, how do we use it? Well, we use it just as we would a normal chord. It has kind of a tendency to resolve towards the tonic chords, the root chords, or you can also go up to a dominant and then resolve then. It can pretty much go anywhere. And the last thing I can show you is that if we do the 7th version of this chord, the result will be a major 7th chord. Okay, so for in C major, we can go to F sharp major maybe, then B flat. It sounds really good. The thing is, always be careful with this. Now before I leave you, I think I'll show you something from one of my songs. It's called Hand in Hand, and it uses this progression: C, G, and then B flat, and F. And the B flat comes in at all times. So I just give you maybe 20 or 30 seconds of that song so you can hear how it works with the melody. And if you're a bit more advanced and you want to, you can figure out by ear what I'm playing. It's a really simple melody, and see how it fits on top of this chord. it, so I hope it was clear, and I hope you like the songs as well. And I'll see you next week for more Guitar Studio weekly sessions. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.